Hello, World Wide Web. It's me, Rachel LaForce. They say if you talk faster on these, it's easier to keep people's attention. Could you imagine if I did the entire video like this? Mind boggling. I'm still shocked that anybody's watching those videos. It makes me so anxious. Um, I'm Rachel LaForce. I'm a comedian. I am an intuitive. I'm a spiritual speaker. I own multiple businesses. I'm tired. So, what I want to do today is I'm going to give you a card read. We're in this like really, the beautiful fun transition from like summer to fall, and there's just so much fun energy that we're playing with, and there's a lot going on. So I just wanted to pull something in the overall theme of transition and not taking it so literally, and how can we kind of like dance our way through the end of the year. I feel like we've all really been in this place of like a lot of evolution and changing, and there's just been a lot of heavy lifting in your life, if I had to guess. And how can we use the work that we've done throughout the year of the last few years, and how can we use that and kind of like just like how the leaves fall down from the trees. It almost looks like they're like little ballerinas. Oh, so poetic. Just little leaf ballerinas. Although Leaf Ballerinas sounds like an Alanis Morissette album, and I would like to hear it. And so that's what we're going to pull a card for. So I'm going to take a minute and say a prayer for me, say a prayer for you, and we'll pull a card. Let's do it. Interesting. Storyteller, which is interesting. I feel like it's time to tell people what it is that you're doing. I think tell everyone your secrets. Thank you so much. I've been Rachel LaForce. No, but I think there is something, the idea of like, it doesn't feel like you need to go and tell everyone, right? Like what I love the imagery of this, it's the idea of like storytelling, and we're all kind of like around the campfire, but it's like, you don't have your entire, like Instagram following around the campfire. You don't have, all of your extended family around the campfire. It's a very intimate setting. I think that it's time to, as I also love that it's going into night, right? The end of the year, we're going into night, we're going into the end of the year, we're closing it out. And how can you begin to tell people in intimate settings, the people that are intimate to you, what it is that you're really wanting to graduate into? Is it time to begin to share the things that you've been like, oh, okay, and 2 steps forward and 2 steps back, or I don't really know, and wanting to come into that place fully? Like sometimes there really is, again, you don't need to go and tell everyone. Maybe it's even just like one person, right? It's your spouse, of like, hey, I'm really thinking about leaving my job. Like, here's the thing I really want to do, and in order to do that, I need your support. I need you to know what I'm going through. I need you to know, right? Like, there is power in community. There is power in support. And I think, especially when we feel vulnerable, when we're in these places of transition, it's easy to be like, nobody will understand, or they'll think I'm crazy, or I don't want anybody else's judgments. And that's fair. Sometimes we have to sit with something intimately for a while for it to be true for us. Right? It's not the season to be like, hear ye, I'm changing my life. Like, first of all, we're all trying to live our life. So like, nobody gives a shit. Right. And like, which I say that in the most lovingly way possible, which is like, this is the great time to make those changes. Nobody's paying attention. Everybody else is doing their own evolution. Everybody is in their own transitions. So this is a great time to take those chances, to step out. What is it that you want to do, right? And when you go back to this intimate setting, when you tell these people what it is that you want to do, and the idea of storytelling to me is like, you're conveying an idea. And it's like, I don't want you to go and tell people and be like, well, I don't know. I mean, I was kind of thinking about like, I don't know, maybe I would do this. Like, Tell them, make them entertained. What is going to pull them into your dream? Now, again, we know the very classic, like nobody else got the the blueprint of your dreams. So yes, there is that, but it's like, tell them when you show up passionate and you're like, listen, this is the thing I want to do. You're, working your way up in this company, right? Or you're building a company and you're like, here's the thing that I know that is missing. And here's the thing that I know I can do. And here's how we're going to do it. It doesn't always mean that that thing is going to be accepted, but it does mean it's dead in the water if you don't share it with anybody, if you don't tell anybody. So it's time to begin to see who are the people that you can share this dream with, this story with. Who are those people that you can show up and go, I've got an idea and here's how we're going to do it. And I'll share for me that it's like, that's a huge thing that I'm doing right now, which is like, don't undersell the idea, because I'll know exactly what the idea is. And God bless my husband, because I'll keep him up all night being like, no, but you don't understand. He's like, no, I do. I'm like, no, but it's going to be awesome. He's like, yeah, I know. It's 11:30. Can we go to bed? We have children that wake up at 5:45 a.m., right? Like, but how can I take that energy, that excitement, and share that in the faces of the things that feel more scary? How can I go to those people and be like, here's the thing that I think that we should do, and here is why? Because when you go to people, and I know this is somebody, #brag, that, pitching in Hollywood, it's like pitching, anybody will tell you, so cold. Those rooms are so cold, and it's like, for all the reasons, and that's a video for a different day. But if you go in and be like, oh, I don't know, I mean, maybe like it's just a story of like 7 friends, and I don't know, like maybe they all like meet at a coffee shop, and I don't know, maybe you'll hate the idea, right? Like, if that's where you're starting from, nobody's excited about your idea. If you come in and you're like, listen, I know it seems very non-specific, but I want to have this show and it's just called Friends. And here is why. When you're in your early 20s, your friends are your family. And what do those dynamics look like? And what does it show like when you show up for those people? And everybody's got that hang spot. Everybody goes to that one hang spot, because also you're in your 20s, everybody's working, they've got multiple gigs. And I want to center it around that space. That's a way more entertaining pitch. That's what I want you to do. Be the storyteller. Let people know about your idea. Share your excitement, because excitement is energy. People can't help. Well, let me back up. Some people can't. There's plenty of people who just, their whole job is just to rain on people's parades. But we're not here for those people, okay? Again, you're finding the intimate circles of people where you can begin to share that excitement. You can begin to seek that support. You can bring those people in as we're making this transition, as we're going out of the end of the year. You've been working on all of these things. You've been building this fire for yourself and for other people. It's time to bring people around, okay? And get people excited by your idea. It's time to get out there and it's time to share. Oh, and it's time for me to get a nap in. I am so tired. My guys, I am so glad that you're here. Again, I'm Rachel LaForce, and thank you for watching. If you like this video, if this resonates for you, drop it in the comments. Let me know. I respond to everything. I'm a real human. This is not a #personal brand, so I would love to connect with you. And I hope you're well. Love you, mean it.